What's up, y'all? My name is Stone Wilby, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm in the woods with it. It's been 2 weeks since I posted, and I really thought that it'll be in my best interest to come out here today and talk to you guys about what's been going through my mind. I feel like for the past 2 weeks, I've lost sight of exactly what my purpose is with recording. When you check my YouTube bio, my bio says first time living. And to me, first time living means quite literally that it is my first time living. You know, I can forgive myself, and I want my journey to be a representation to everybody that, hey, you know, it's your first time living too. You don't have to be perfect in every step you take. It's gonna be a long, hard road. But, you know, embrace the journey. Be okay with shortcomings. Be okay, you know, even when you don't feel inspired, know that you're still inspirational. First time living for me, with this channel, I just pretty much wanted to be the person who, if you were going through something, you know, maybe I could relate to you. You know, you open my video, you see that I'm talking about something, and I'm like, for me, my life is like a lesson, not only for myself, but for other people. You know, maybe something that I'm going through, somebody else is also going through, and maybe this is what they need to get through what they're going through, to know like, hey, I'm not alone. I'm not going through this alone. And I lost sight of that because I got into my head about where exactly I was going with it. I feel like when you don't have much inspiration, it can be hard to know what direction you're taking things. After that last video, I was really proud of how I delivered the message, like the whole video. It was cool. But a lot of times, and you guys might be able to relate, I get stuck in this cycle where I make something, I produce something, and then I try to follow that up, you know what I mean? I make something good, and then I feel like, okay, now next one has to be better. Because the way that I am, I'm a perfectionist. Habit that I've been trying to break out of for a long time, but I'm a serious perfectionist. And I like things, you know, I like things to have meaning. I like things that have intention behind it. And I like things that come out great. And I put a lot of thought into things. But then you get to that point in the cycle where all it does is paralyze you. You get to the point where you're trying to make it so perfect and you're trying to follow up that last thing, and you have an expectation for yourself. But when your ideas are not up to par, when your inspiration is not up to par, then it makes it a lot harder to act, because now all you're really doing is sucking the fun out of it. And so after that last video, I feel like I did a great job. I feel like I had this big idea that I was able to express. But then after that, I was trying to come out with more big ideas, and I was trying to come up with, okay, well, you know, I just had this profound video. I just had this profound explanation. How do I follow that up? And that's where I sucked all of the fun out of it. So for the last 2 weeks, I'm just looking for inspiration that I really couldn't find, not realizing that the reason that I was inspired to pick up the camera and start my content creation journey in the first place was because I was simply having fun. The fact that I have the freedom to simply live and document my first time living, that's what was sweet about it to me. And there's a lot more freedom in that for me, because then I just come to the understanding that, bro, not everything has to be so profound. All of the times that I went to the gym, I could have just recorded that and somebody would have found value in it, because there's somebody out there who probably has the same build as me, who probably struggles to put on weight just like me, or is probably trying to get their body fat percentage down, or just simply needs a workout routine. And I think sometimes we can think so much to the point where we overlook just how simple things could be. You know, I was trying to come out with the next video that cited Bible verses, and y'all, I'm hearing stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Nah, I was hearing stuff for real. I don't know what that was, but I'm gonna just act like I ain't hear it until I hear it again. But yeah, I think that the best thing that I can do right now is simplify my life, for real. Not even simplify my life, just simplify my mindset around life. Because one thing I've been finding, and it's not even just content creation, but I just think way too much about everything. It's like, even if I'm trying to approach somebody, I'm a naturally introverted person. I don't like to really I don't want to say I don't like it, but I'm not gravitated to introducing myself to people and talking to people, approaching people. So when I do want to, don't get me wrong, I have the want to. I want to be more social. But when it's time to be more social, when I'm put in the situation, I start thinking way too much. And now I'm trying to get out of the habit of thinking and just doing. Because again, it's a blessing to be a thoughtful person, but it becomes a problem when you overthink. I'm very happy and I'm very proud to call myself a thoughtful person, somebody who puts thought behind everything he does. But then it's like, when that thing paralyzes you, or now you're starting to think up reasons not to do things, that's when it becomes a problem. Because how are you ever going to get anything done, or how are you ever going to step out of your comfort zone if every turn you take, you're thinking your way back into paralysis and back into the same spot, you feel me? And so that's literally what I was doing for the last 2 weeks. I was thinking about something profound. It even got to the point where I was recording videos and then I would delete the footage because I didn't like the way that I delivered the message. Because when I watched it back, I thought too much about what I was saying. Or even in the moment, I thought way too much about what I was saying. And so I woke up this morning and I decided that, you know what, I'm not even gonna think. I'm gonna try my best not to even think about what I'm gonna say for this video until I sit in front of the camera and just say it. And so that's why this video is being made right now. I feel like sometimes we just have to come to the understanding that it is our first time living, and it's everybody's first time living too. So no matter where you are in life, it's important to know that you're good enough right now. You're good enough to do whatever you want right now. And being on a walk with God has really taught me that lesson. I'm in a church group right now, and we've actually been learning about the tree of knowledge of good and evil versus the tree of life. And when I say first time living, I'm also saying to escape the reality where you're surviving and start living. You know, God gives us the permission to live. We've been cursed with the knowledge of good and evil, but we've also been blessed with life. And, you know, as I've been getting to know God more and more, I've been finding that He continuously gives us grace. And we're allowed to live, and we're allowed to give ourselves that same grace. You know, every day that we wake up is a new opportunity. Every breath that we take is a new opportunity to become a better person and make better choices. And sometimes it can get to the point where you think so much, you're so comfortable, and you're beating yourself up for it, and you're feeling like, man, you know, I'm not really performing, or I'm not really doing what I'm supposed to do. And when you're constantly feeling like you're not good enough because you're living through that knowledge of good and evil, and you know you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then it gets to the point where, how are you supposed to feel inspired? If you're living through the knowledge of good and evil, and we're all sinners, and we're all going through the struggles that we go through, it's like, how are you supposed to find any inspiration in that? I feel like, God gives us the permission to live, but it's up to us to have that faith in him that, we are forgiven and that we can forgive ourselves. And I think that's one step that we also do forget. Me, I've had to do a lot of forgiving myself for what I've been doing in order to really to empower myself and just to understand that it's never too late. It's never too late, and no idea is not good enough. You're gonna help somebody regardless of what you do. I'm not gonna say regardless of what you do, but when you put good intention behind something and you put the time into something, you put the effort into something, why wouldn't you inspire somebody? I got another message from my friend yesterday that said, don't trip off losses. Because the people who are trying to win but take losses are gonna get 10 times further than the people who don't try because they're scared to lose. I realized that I've honestly just been scared to lose. I've been scared to sound dumb. I've been scared that my messages won't be as profound as I want them to be. I've been scared that people will judge me in the same way that I judge myself. I told y'all, I got I got the highest expectation of myself. And so I have this internal conflict where I really make myself believe that everybody is judging me in the same way that I judge myself. And I've honestly just been coming to the realization that we're in a spiritual war right now. And the best thing that I can do right now is befriend myself. Be a best friend to myself. Be a partner in crime to myself, and realize, well, not only myself, because you gotta remember God, but I have to have a good relationship with myself and God, because these are the people who are always gonna be here. If we're getting attacked in this war, who's gonna be back to back with you? It's you and it's God. So you gotta be right with those two. You know what I mean? I just came to the realization that I've been my worst enemy, and I've been bullying myself. When it's like I should be my biggest fan. Because no amount of validation outside, no amount of people telling me, hey bro, post, no amount of external motivation is gonna motivate me. I gotta be able to do that for myself. And don't get me wrong, I got a great support group. But I'm forgetting the most important person in that support group, and that's me. I got people telling me, yo, I'm waiting for your post. I got people telling me, like, hey bro, you're procrastinating, what's going on? He's like, hey bro, you gotta post. And he's like, what's going on? Where the videos at? I'm like, shoot. In my head, I'm like, man, it's been 2 weeks. I'm not proud of that. But I'm like, yo, yeah, bro, I've been in my head. It's time to get out, bro. It's time to get out. In your head for what? You got the external proof that people want to see you post. Even if there's some people who don't, there's people that do. There are people that you're helping. There are people that your messages are touching. There are people who you're entertaining. And there are people who care to see what you're doing. But it's like, who's been your biggest hater this whole time? Who's been your biggest hater the whole time? It's about time I remember that it's my first time living. It's only my first time living. And, you know, not every video is gonna be perfect. Not every message is gonna be as clear as I want it to be. But, you know, how else do you get out of a rut? How else do you get out of the situation that you're in other than taking action? Because, you know, you could sit down and you could plan out in your head all you want. I could sit here and I could plan out everything that I'm going to say. I could sit here and I could decide that I'm going to post, you know, I'm going to post on this day, and it makes the most sense to do it after this. And, you know, maybe I should wait until I journal and my mind is right and I'm back in church, and I should wait till I'm closer to God so my message can be as clear as possible. I could come up with all of these rationalizations in my head. Oh, you know, maybe I can get back into therapy so my thoughts will be clear, so I learn how to express myself. And maybe I need to watch one more video on how to communicate better. Maybe I need to watch one more video on how to persuade, and maybe I need to read this book first before I do so. And it's like, right now, the person that you are right now, the knowledge that you have right now holds a lot of value that you don't even know, because somebody is going through the same thing that you're going through. Somebody might be getting out of the thing that you're going through, and they need to hear exactly what you're saying. They need to have that different perspective and that different approach. No matter how outlandish or crazy you might think it sounds, no matter how dumb you might think you sound, somebody's gonna understand it. And you hold value no matter where you are in life right now. You know, it's crazy because you might look up to a celebrity, or you might look up to somebody who's rich. You might look up to the billionaire and think, wow. You might look for inspiration from them. And you might see that they provide a lot of value. There's a train coming, y'all. Hold on. You might think that you can only get value from them, right? But you don't even realize how much value you could even provide a billionaire. There's a lot of billionaires who are spiritually dead. They got all the money in the world, but they're spiritually dead. And you just might have that light. You know how many people need spiritual advisors? You know how many people need therapists, no matter how much money they have? They need people, they pay people because they find value in what these people can provide. So I think it's important that it's really important that we tap in to just how much value we hold. For some of us, we might just have to discover exactly what value we can provide. For others, we might know and might just be a little too scared to express it. But just know that right now, you have value just as you are. All you gotta do is produce. All you gotta do is put that value out. All you gotta do is let that value be seen, let that value be heard, and let that value be known. And most importantly, you gotta see that value in yourself. You gotta know, like, dang, you know, I've been through things. I got some wisdom. I got some knowledge to spit. And if it doesn't help one person, it will help the other. It will. But you just have to know that. And you just have to be confident enough in yourself to put that out and express it. And so that's where I am right now. You know, last 2 weeks, I lost sight of the fact that, hey, you know, it is my first time living. I lost sight of the fact that, I can help somebody regardless of what I've been doing, how I've been doing. Somebody out there will, gladly be benefited by this message. No matter what I say, no matter what I do. I didn't even have to come out here today and talk about this for real. I could have went to the gym and still provided value. But it's all of our first times living. And I think the most important thing that we can do is teach from our experience and learn from each other. Just embrace the lessons that life has to give. Embrace the lessons that we can give each other. And embrace the value within ourselves that we can provide to others. Make that effort to be the light. You gotta understand that not everybody is trying to be the light. Being the light and, trying to, taking the high road and trying to be the light is not easy. But when God calls you to it, when God calls you to something and when God gives you a message, you hold your side of the stick, and you gotta trust that He's gonna keep His promise. God is calling you for a reason, but you gotta hold your side of the stick. Trust God that as long as you hold your end of the stick, trust that He's definitely gonna hold His end. Not only is He gonna hold His end, but He's gonna lift that stick up and bring you right along with it. You're taken care of regardless. But just know as long as you hold your end of the stick, you're gonna get what you deserve. So yeah, last 2 weeks I was in a rut. Last 2 weeks I was feeling uninspired. But inspiration or not, motivation or not, consistency is gonna be the key in it all. The reps and just doing, that's gonna be the key to it all. So yeah, y'all, I'm living, first time living, first time learning, learning how to live this life. And as I keep on going through it, bring y'all along on the journey. Best thing I can do. It's all I can do, you know what I'm saying? So, just as I keep on going, I'm just keep on realizing all of the value that I hold, all the value that comes with this. And I hope to keep on sharing some wisdom with y'all. I hope to just keep sharing life in general with y'all. Sometime this week, I want to take y'all on a gym vlog. It's like, why not? You start documenting a little bit of everything and just bring y'all along. Not everything has to be so profound and not everything has to be overthought. What's up, y'all? So I made it back home, and right now I'm sitting under what I like to call my grounding tree. Just kind of where I lay in my lounge chair, just put my feet in the grass, just talk to God a little bit, just listen out for His voice. And I just had something else that came to my mind that I just want to briefly share. I've noticed on my journey that there's this thing that I like to call the resistance. It's no matter what it is in life, whether life just starts lifing, whether you lose that motivation that you had, or you lose that inspiration, you're taking positive steps and then all of a sudden you hit that wall. I find that that's always the best time to be the most consistent and the best time to stay on top of your stuff, because it's like once you get past that resistance, that's where all of the fruit of life lies, on the other side of that resistance. It's just up to you to learn how to navigate that resistance and push past that resistance. And I think that's why the gym is also so important in my life and can be very important for other people, because the gym, it's the physical literal activity that you're doing is important, but I also think that there's a lesson. And when I'm in the gym, I kind of think about how much I'm enduring, how much endurance I'm building. I don't know about y'all, but the gym takes like mental and physical effort for me. So when I'm in the gym and I'm pushing those reps, I kind of connect it back to real life and realize that you can perform something in real life, or you could push that weight in real life, but what is that weight benefiting you if you're not putting the reps in? If you can bench press 350, great, I'm so happy for you. But if you go to the gym every chest day and you can only get one rep of 350 out, how much is it really benefiting you? Versus, if you put the weight down a little bit and you're getting those reps in. So I don't think life is what you can do, but I think life is more so what you can endure. I would actually correct myself right here and say that life is about what you can do, and what you can endure. How much can you endure, and what can you get done while you're enduring that thing? Yeah, I can drop a video here and there. I know I can make a video. I know I can explain. I know I can express myself. But if I can't endure what comes with that, if I can't endure that resistance, that push back against me, then what am I going to get out of it? If I choose not to endure, if I choose not to confront that resistance, then what am I going to get out of it? I appreciate y'all joining me for this conversation today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the battle against the resistance, and together we're gonna knock them out. Just know you're not alone. Know you don't have to be alone. And it's your first time living. It's my first time living. And no reason that we can't learn from each other. So I appreciate y'all watching, and keep on inspiring. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.